Hi, I'm Cara Davis, and today I'm going to be showing you my skincare routine. So I'm usually really busy and don't have a lot of time to take care of my skin or put makeup on it, but what makeup I do get to put on is just to make me look like I'm not dead. I have Louis Vuitton bags under my eyes, so whatever help I can get, I'll take. So I've already tied my hair back, which is what I usually do in the mornings, and then I will start my quote-unquote skincare. I say quote-unquote because I don't really do much for my skin. My skin doesn't break out as often as it used to when I was younger, so I only get spots every now and then around here and around here and here. It's very occasionally though. So to wash my skin of all the dirt and sweat from the night, I take one of these Dove pads. It's literally just cotton. When I was younger, I had very sensitive skin and I could only use Dove soap, and I grew out of that. But when I was younger at the time, it was like I'd break out in hives. So this Dove pad is really nice to be able to get into the pores, get all the dirt and grime, and make my skin look nice but also feeling really fresh. So now that my skin is washed, I'm going to put on a lotion that I use for primer, and because my skin likes to dry out around here. I'm usually really oily, but just here it dries. So I'm using this St. Ives Nourish and Soothe. It's a body lotion, but it's the only thing I've used on my face that doesn't make it feel tacky and gross. So I'm just gonna let that dry down, and then I'll start with my concealer. So I've had people in the past tell me that I need to do like different stuff for my skin and different treatments and serums, but none of that stuff has ever worked for me in the past. Just using good old soap and water at night, and then when you wake up is perfect. So for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Light 120. And I just put this where I get a lot of parts of my face that need to be covered. So under my eyes, on the tip of my nose, around the little crevices of my nose, and my face where I'm prone to break out. I will also sometimes put a little bit on my forehead just for lightening purposes. Now that I look like a psychopath, I'm just going to take this old beauty sponge. It really doesn't matter. I've tried every kind of sponge, and this is, I mean, any sponge. This is a Dollar Tree one. So there was someone who had said, if you think you've blended enough, blend some more. And I know I haven't taken this concealer up into my hairline, but once I powder it and smooth it out, it's just gonna look like one skin color. A lot of my days are spent under lights, so I have to be careful about the makeup I have on. I don't want to seem too shimmery, so I don't use sparkle. I don't use a dewy foundation. I usually just use the concealer and powder it to get rid of the oil. So taking the damp sponge, I'm going to take some powder and get rid of, yeah. So like I said, I'm pretty dry around these parts, which is why I don't really put anything there. No foundation, no concealer, powder, but it's around here that I get super oily, and it's also where I look my worst. So I'm using the tried and true Coty Airspun powder. This is in the shade Translucent, just so it doesn't have to worry about matching my skin tone. So a trick I've learned when you're trying to get the powder out and it won't come out is to close it and pound it a little bit, and then more powder comes out. And then the excess will fall right in, and you're good. So I just take it up and scoop it and put this kind wherever I think I need it the most, which is usually parts that I oil the worst or crack the worst. So while this is quote-unquote baking, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my eyes. So I'm gonna curl my lashes first, just so I look more awake. So just with that, I look a little more awake. And I've also noticed this side, I have less lashes than this side. I don't know why. So for eyes, I'm taking this Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette, and I'm taking the little peach color right here, and I'm just gonna put that into my crease. I wanna use a very light hand because I don't wanna go overboard. So with another excess product, I'm just going to buff this out so it looks clean, smooth, and there's no harsh edges. I also take a little bit into my corner just to create a quote-unquote smoky effect. I'm in no way, shape, or form a makeup artist. I just like to be put together a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this ColourPop, that's the Super Shock Shadows in Fluffy. This is a really smooth, just top layer shadow that you would put on with your finger. I'm just going to pop it onto the lid. So I like to have a little bit of shimmer. It makes my eyes look more awake. So with the brush that I use for the crease without any extra product, I'm just going to blend these two together. So now that the eyes are finished for the shadow part, I'm going to take a brush and wipe away the powder. So you'll notice I have fallout right here. I just don't care about that. So I'm going to take, this is Pixie by Petra. It's Apricot Glow. It's just a little shadow. It's a little less shimmery, but I don't want super shimmer, because I'm just going to pop that into my inner corners. So with the eyes now finished for shadow completely, I'm going to move on to mascara. So I just use any mascara. I've never been one for like the name brands and stuff like that with mascara. It's a mascara as a mascara. It's gonna put black liquid on your eyes. Now I don't want spider lashes, so I'm just going to use the excess without dipping it back in into my bottoms. So everyone I know always says I have really great eyebrows, and I don't do anything to them. I feel like maybe I should start filling them in, but it's too much work and they already look good. So we're just going to leave those. So my skin looks dull and white and just no color. So I'm going to take a little bit of blush from Tarte. This is the Party. It's a sampler. I don't want to use too much. I don't want to make it look unnatural. So with that, the last thing to do is my lips, and I just pick any kind of lipstick. I don't like anything heavy. I hardly ever use mattes. I usually go for something that's shimmery or glossy that's easy to take off and on. So this is a CoverGirl in Spice. It's one of the old ones from their old designs, but it's been working tried and true for me. I never overline my lips because I have a pretty big bottom lip. My top lip has a deformity and it's in symmetry. And one last trick, I thought I was the only one who did this, but apparently in a lot of 80s movies they did it. So that is all that could have been on my teeth. So with that, I'm going to let my hair down. I am the world's worst for taking care of my hair, but yeah. And there we have it. Thank you so much for watching my morning beauty routine. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you got some tips out of it. So